lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.
Salute, 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 salute. Bow. Okay, man. Real quick video from Nocturnal Thoughts. Look, I was listening to Hatman. The Hatman Strikes Back. Been watching his channel for years. Go subscribe to the brother. I salute the brother. Now he's, I think he's a black dude. You know what I'm saying? He's from the UK. He absolutely thrashes Deontay Wilder. And every video I ever watched him make about Deontay Wilder always had nothing but a bunch of stuff to say, totally disrespectful to Deontay Wilder. You never heard me come on this channel and call him any negative words or put any negative, you know what I'm saying, light on his video. I always respected his platform and his channel and his knowledge of the game, period, point blank. But I was watching his video this morning and he was talking about Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Miller, once again, has failed a performance-enhancing drug test. I want to talk about that real quick. But first of all, shouts out to Hatman Strikes Back and anybody that supports him and follows him. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. He don't like Deontay Wilder at all. He called Deontay Wilder some of the dumbest fans he've ever heard of. He's entitled to his opinion. That's the way he feels. Blood boxing. You know what I'm saying? Shots off the blood boxing in Zone 6. They not too big on Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. And you don't see me putting nothing but a positive light on their channels. And I just got a comment from my boy, Sports, Religion, and Politics. Just like men. He has an opinion, I have an opinion. Our opinions might be a little bit in contrast, but over time, we're going to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come to an understanding out of a level of respect. Period, point blank. It's just that simple, people. Anyway, Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Miller pops again dirty for a PED test. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that he has like a, what they call bigorexia. You know what I'm saying? He suffers from a bigorexia mentality where no matter how big he gets, he still feels small. I'm going to tell you a story real quick, man. Get out y'all way. I moved out my mom's house when I was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So she missed out on me going through my stages of becoming a man, going through puberty and everything like that. When I left, I was 12. I was 14 when I left. I was probably about 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. 135, 140 pounds, you know? And I moved to Illinois to stay with my old man, and that's when I went through my, you know what I'm saying, journey to become a man, my adulthood from 14 through 18, stuff like that, right? I remember after I started lifting weights, man, I was probably like a little bit past high school, about 18. I started lifting weights with my uncle, my great uncle, and my dad. All three of us would go to the gym every day and work out. And I hadn't seen my mom in a little while, you know what I'm saying? The first time she saw me, you know what I'm saying, she was in town, because she lives in Atlanta. She lives in Decatur, Georgia. She was in town visiting family, and I thought, you know, I've been working out. The first thing she was going to say was, man, you look so nice, or this, and this. She actually came to the gym I was training at to come see me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if you want to come see me, you know, you running around seeing your family, if you want to come see me, I'm going to be at the gym. That's where I'm at, you dig? She walked in the gym and she looked at me, and the look on her face, I couldn't figure it out. And she just, being the loving mom that she is, the first thing she said to me was, now, baby, don't take this the wrong way, but I just got to ask you, are you doing steroids? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's like a mom would think like that. I'm like, I said, Ma, nah, you ain't gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, genetics. Like I've showed you pictures. I'll show you a picture right here when I was probably my biggest and I was young in my prime and was strong as an ox. I'll put the picture right here. And that was 100% natural. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I always felt, even when I was that big, I still felt a little small because I come from a big family and I'm a smaller person of my family stature. My older brother was one of those people when we would move around from school to school. As soon as a coach would see him, they'd be like, yo, you got to come play football for us. You know what I'm saying? So I always felt small. So I always, when I got bigger and bigger, a part of me did start to feel like, first of all, I got too big. Not too big, but I got bigger than what I needed to be. I was strong as hell, and it was natural, and it was just based off of just eating every 2 hours and training. But even to a certain extent where I started saying, I'm getting a little too big. You know, I'm spilling over my frame too much. And I want to keep my frame. I want to keep my cardio. I want to keep my knees and my joints. So even I wanted to compete in natural shows. So I would strip down to my natural weight. And my natural weight as a grown man is about 190 pounds to 200 pounds. So I'm walking around just 200 pounds and I'm not that big. I'm 5'9", 200 pounds. Simple. So a lot of people still to this day, if they see anything that work hard and discipline and train, the first thing they think of is he taking steroids. And that's ridiculous. So I'm not the first one to just point out, boom, boom, this person on juice, this person on juice. And there's so much other stuff that exists besides steroids. Now, anyways, Jarrell Miller got popped for another PED, a performance enhancing drug. This conversation in this video can go 30 minutes, but I'm going to reduce it down to as short as possible. Honestly, I just want to say I hope that this guy gets his act together, gets his mentality together, and you know, if he can't stay away from taking something that's going to prevent him from being in the sport, then he shouldn't be in the sport. There's always been accusations of all these boxers taking steroids. If you want to watch a good documentary on steroids, go watch Bigger, Faster, Stronger. You got the Tyson on YouTube right now. I watched it years ago and watched it again. Got Hulk Hogan, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it goes back to how steroids even got started in the Olympics. How all the athletes from Russia and all over the world, how steroids have been insaturated into sports to this day. You know what I'm saying? There's been rumors, well, you know, Tyson Fury got caught with steroids or performance enhancing drugs. Dillian White, I think, was saying AJ has it in his contract where he can legally take testosterone therapy. I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not going to say that's the facts. You know what I'm saying? Dillian White, Povetkin, Ward Jones at one point in time, Canelo with the clenbuterol. You know what I'm saying? Almost everybody, to a certain extent. I can't say everybody, but a big, huge chunk of boxing athletes, baseball, golf, anything. I remember this used to be this commercial. I can't remember what it was selling, but it was talking about, look at this is strength, and it would show a jacked up bodybuilder lifting weights, and then it would say, but this is real strength, and it would show Lance Armstrong riding on his bike. And then years later after that, they popped Lance Armstrong for blood doping, where he would go train, get his red blood cells count up, take his blood out of his body, save it, and then when he would be on his trail, one of the trucks would pull over, stop, and put the blood back in him. And they caught him for that. And it was like, all these athletes are looking for an edge. By design, you talking about survival of the fittest, and everybody's trying to find some kind of edge. That's a long conversation. I'm not going to go deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not it should be banned or not banned, I think that should be a gentleman's agreement between the two athletes so that they make sure they're on an even playing field. If one guy is natural, the other guy is not natural, and the other guy who is natural doesn't even know that this guy is not natural, he should be able to choose, I'm not going to fight this dude. But if both guys come to an agreement, like Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao both said, we're not going to worry about going through VADA. So they had their understanding. And it's one of those things. It's all about the understanding between the two athletes. Who am I to judge what someone decides to do in their sport? But when I see a fight where somebody could get injured and risk their life, it's between those two guys to hash out the details. And then once you hash out the details and then say, well, you can't take this and you can't take that, then if you're going to be in a sport and compete, then don't take it. If you can come to an agreement where you can take something, and it's like we can take this and we can take that, and you can take that and it gives you an edge, then take it. If it's going to help you. But it's all about genetics. It's all about genetics. And Lance Armstrong was 100 pounds soaking wet. Look at a bodybuilder, they be 300 pounds. Ronnie Winkler, I think his name, he like 300 pounds, straight, nothing but muscle. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal if you don't make it a big deal. To me, it's one of those things where the two athletes and their team should be able to sit down and come to an understanding of what they consider to be an even playing field. And I promote, you know what I'm saying, the best man winning, not the man that's bending and breaking rules. But you come to a rule, you come to the rules between you and the other athlete. So, Big Baby Miller, I'm not disappointed in you. I think you have bigorexia, and I don't think you actually feel confident enough to fight natural. So you probably shouldn't be competing in a sport that's going to test you. Regardless or not, if you think everybody's doing it, if you're going to be the one that's getting busted out of there, getting caught, taking stuff you shouldn't be taking, then you just probably in the wrong sport. You know what I'm saying? Probably other sports that you were in before, I think, like, I even seen you fight mixed martial arts. Now, I doubt they was testing. They had some of those guys in there that's like old, you know, and they 50 still fighting. You know those guys is on some kind of testosterone replacement. So maybe that's where you belong. Anyways, this is Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm signing out. Bow, gone. Oh yeah, and a quick little side note, if AJ was on steroids or on juice or on performance enhancing, you see he still had to make some modifications. He was kind of big and bulky, and people were saying he was too muscular when he fought Andy Ruiz the first time. So you see, even he had to go back to the drawing board. He cut back a little bit on his weight, lost a little bit of muscle, came in a lot more fast and elusive, went back to some boxing, stick and move, and you know what I'm saying, he had to make those adjustments to become a better fighter and a better boxer. So regardless of not if he was on a PED before, that's not going to make you a champion. So, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep it moving from that. Bow.
Sleepy going in, lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.